The Louisiana swamp, normally quiet and serene. But on this day, there looms a palpable tension as the top-ranked Tigers of LSU host the third-ranked Razorbacks of Arkansas, a rivalry whose recent history has jarred fans from their Thanksgiving slumber.
Jones throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! Unbelievable!
McFadden. Say goodbye. 80 yards, touchdown.
Holiday. And he splits it to the outside, and he may go. Do you believe this? Touchdown. 92 yards.
Flynn, shotgun formation into the end zone. The pass is intercepted. The Razorbacks have beaten the #1 team in the country.
He's going for it all. He's got a receiver in the end zone. It is caught by Arkansas. Mallett goes up top, got man coverage. Adams on the button. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
And never have the stakes been higher. But on this day, the most pressing question of all is, will the West be won? First on the field, under the leadership of Les Miles, who issues the command, take the field. And right behind them, the Razorbacks of Arkansas. Good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist, along with Gary Danielson. This is some scene. Chaos all over college football a week ago. There's a chance it might continue on this next final weekend of the year. Let's set this up by looking at the current SEC or BCS standings. Alabama second to LSU, Arkansas third. If LSU wins this game, they go to the SEC Championship. Tomorrow, Alabama takes on Auburn. Our lucky task is to go down there. We get to do both games.
And not bad. You know, Vern, you look at that, it looks easy. Just win one game, you move up. But this will be a monumental task for Arkansas. So much so, not will it only be the best win, I think, of this current season, but you can argue in the last 4 seasons of college football, because not since 2007 has the #1 team in the BCS lost at home when Arkansas beat LSU right here.
Well, how do the Razorbacks do it today?
Well, I think they're going to have to win 4 phases of this game, and it can't be ties. They're going to have to run the ball effectively. They're going to have to control the run from LSU. They can't lose special teams, and that just sets it up for their quarterback, because they're going to be able to pass block then, because they'll be unpredictable. When Tyler Wilson has time to throw the ball, he can complete passes. He always does. He's got receivers and great receivers, but Vern, if they don't do the first 3 things, it'll get out of whack, and that great LSU pass rush will be too much to handle.
Well, the LSU Tigers, topped by that victory in overtime over Alabama, have put together one of the great seasons in recent years. How do they continue it?
I say more of the same. I mean, this is the most complete team from game 1 all the way to this game. And they do it because they got great players and they perform in big games. Jordan Jefferson will be the quarterback, but all over this field, Les Miles has players that are big, they're strong, they don't make mistakes, and they play up to what Les wants.
James Hairston, number 30, will do the kickoff chores. And back deep, Marquell Wade and DJ Johnson, Dennis Johnson, both of them with kickoff returns for touchdowns this year. This one will go right through the end zone. Touchback.
First down for the Razorbacks.
And the starting lineups presented by Chick-fil-A. Let's concentrate on the quarterback. The junior out of Greenwood, Arkansas, Gary, has had a wonderful year.
You know, he just throws strikes. And the only way to really stop him is to put pressure on him and make him throw a little bit before he wants to.
Jarius Wright and Joe Adams both break and go wide right. Two backs. They'll open in the shotgun. Pressure up the middle. He dodges it and throws it away. Barkevius Mingo got through unimpeded. And up front, it's Peacock, Cook, Swanson, Bailey, and Freeman, the offensive line for Arkansas. Adams, Hamilton, Kiero Small, the fullback. Dennis Johnson has started the last 5 games. And the ever-dangerous Jarius Wright, all-time pass-catching leader for the Hogs, is also on the field. He and Adams both to the near side on 2nd down and 10. Wilson has to scamper. He's got room. And he does not take the baseball slide. He's down short of the first down at the 28-yard line. Tyrann Matthieu made the tackle. Defensively, Adams, Bruckers, Logan, and Montgomery up front. The linebackers, Francois Mitter and Ryan Baker. And Eric Reed, one of the stars of the win at Alabama, not able to go. So Tyrann Matthieu moves back to free safety, and Ron Brooks is on to start at a corner. Reed out with a quad injury. 3rd and 1. 4th and 1.
Well, the false start really caused Arkansas an opportunity to make a first down, but nothing went right. On first down, Tyler Wilson had to throw it away, and on 3rd and 1, Benny Logan penetrated and made the stop in the backfield. That was a bad series for Arkansas.
You and I are in complete agreement on the first
that was a bad series.
Salvo of the game. 4th and 1. Dylan Breeding is on to punt. He's had a fine year, averaging better than 44 yards per punt. Matthieu is back. And he nails this one. That will go all the way back and taken now out to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I think that was a good play by Matthieu. That ball could have stopped on the 1-yard line. At least he got it out to the 8.
Now back to the 8. Wade.
And that ball could have sat where that first drive started inside the 1. I like that aggressiveness by number 7.
And Arkansas likes the punt from Dylan Breeding. That was 70 yards. And 7 on the return. Jordan Jefferson will start at quarterback for the 3rd consecutive week now. You know his story by now. Suspended for the first 4 games of the year. Reinstated the team. Got to start after the win at Alabama. And they open with a first down. And come up the middle. This is Spencer Ware, number 11.
Spencer Ware.
So Jefferson, you know, is the quarterback. And on that first down play, Falk, Blackwell, Lonergan, Williford, and Hurst, the offensive line, they did open with 2 tight ends. And those tight ends were Clement, you see him second from the left, and Mitch Joseph, who is one of the 25 seniors. Now they go with D'Angelo Peterson on the field. And it's a spread formation on 2nd down. Jefferson. Got him.
That was a bad snap. It threw. It was going to be a quick pass, and the snap was to the left of Jefferson and threw him off. He wanted to catch and throw a slant. Watch, the ball goes, and he never really could adjust to it. Wright was on him, and he had to just get out of the play.
Jericho Nelson made the tackle, number 31. He's from Destrehan, Louisiana, where he was a high school teammate of Jordan Jefferson. Nelson, number 31, was a running back on a team that went 15-0 under the guidance of Jefferson, the quarterback. And they connect on the first sack of the game. Spencer Ware with the carry. And the Arkansas defensive unit, Beckett, Jones, and Jones. And Tenarius Wright, who missed the first 5 games of the year. They've got their 2 defensive ends back for the 3rd consecutive week. Highsmith, Franklin, Mitchell, Bennett, Thomas, and Gatson.
So both teams produce a 3 and out, and a little bit of each was self-inflicted. A bad snap by LSU really forced a miscommunication on 2nd down.
And now Brad Wing comes on, and this is a special teams area in which LSU is the best in the country They have allowed 13 returns this year for a total of 6 yards. And this one, despite the bad punt, takes an LSU hop, and it will not be returned. Think of that. #1 in the country in punt return coverage. Bobby Petrino. Les Miles. A couple of pretty good coaches here, too. Johnson gets the handoff and doesn't find much room. Well, Gary pointed out that the tie break in the SEC to determine who goes to the championship game involves the BCS. Here's today's poll question. Should the SEC tiebreaker be determined by the BCS poll? Log on to Facebook.com/SEC on CBS to make your voice heard. Up the middle it goes. That's Broderick Green, number 29.
And remember, in that question, inherently, it implies a subjective vote.
Right.
I was talking to Skip Burtman, the longtime baseball coach and former AD here at LSU. I go, Skip, can you believe the tiebreaker's a vote? And he went, what? No, I can't believe it.
Yeah. So you've got the coaches' vote and the Harris poll, and those voters will help determine who goes to the SEC championship. Not to suggest there'd be any negative voting anywhere.
Here's another 3rd and short.
Got it again. Nice gap. Broderick Green splits over center and right guard, and Kiero Small, the fullback, led the way through for an 11-yard gain.
Well, Arkansas has been successful the last 3 seasons, and that time they ran over Alvin Bailey, number 67, the strong side guard.
LSU has scored first in 10 of its 11 games this year. They have only trailed in 2 games. Early against Oregon and late against Alabama. And here's Arkansas on the move. Again in the middle. Broderick Green. Second and 6, no score, first quarter. Johnson is the running back. Jarius Wright split alone, top of the screen. Childs and Adams to the left. They give it to Johnson, and he's stopped almost immediately. It'll be 3rd and 5. LeVar Edwards and Benny Logan making the tackle there.
The tackles. Okay.
3rd and 6 officially. Wilson so far 3 of 5, and Arkansas likewise.
Yeah,
3 of 5 on 3rd down.
Play selection, though. 12 rushes, just 5 passes. That tells you a lot.
Johnson now, the running back, wide right. Wilson will run. Pulls up, fires it wide open. Greg Childs inside the 15.
I'll tell you, Wilson's pocket awareness is having a big factor on this game. Remember, even the first play when he had to throw it away, he avoided a sack. He's made a 1st down, and now he makes a 1st down again with his legs. Push him past. The tackle's no factor, and Greg Childs is just going to run a little smash route down here. He just stalls in the outside, and then after yards catch, they're inside the 15-yard line.
Childs with a gain of 16. Kiero Small is the fullback, and Broderick Green is the deep back. They're in the eye after yet another 3rd down conversion. That's Greg starting in motion. This time, no gain, maybe 1 at the middle. Barkevius Mingo, number 49, was there. Bobby Petrino, head coach, Arkansas.
Well, I tell you, on the road, this atmosphere against the #1 team, nothing at the end of the first quarter. I think Petrino's happy with it. He'll take it.
Well, they have held LSU without a 1st down in the first 15. That is the end of the first quarter. No score. We'll return to Tiger Stadium after this message and a word from your local station. Tiger Stadium on a Friday afternoon at a 2nd down 10 for the Arkansas Razorbacks. No score in the game. Here's Wilson back. Across the middle has a man, and he has a touchdown. Jerry is right with his 11th touchdown catch of the year. And the Razorbacks take the lead.
Good protection. What a beautiful route by Jarius Wright. He's been in this league, a true senior now, gone through the wars in the SEC. The coaching staff at Arkansas was not happy with the way their senior receivers competed at Alabama, and they challenged them to make a difference in this football game.
Now Zach Hawker is on to attempt the extra point. 11-play drive, 62 yards. Jarius Wright for the touchdown from 13 yards out.
Kick is good.
The extra point is good.
Two things to look for here, first of all. Here's Jarius Wright, but here's Joe Adams. Watch Joe Adams clear out this guy, so only one guy is in the middle of the field. Then watch Jarius Adams fake to the outside, come to the inside, and look at that open field. They double team Joe Adams. That's as easy as you can get her. Well play design, good pass protection, and Wilson puts it right on his receiver.
That is only the third time this year LSU has prayed. Jefferson and Lee both with helmets on. Jared Lee on the right started the first 6 games of the year, threw 2 interceptions in that defensive battle at Alabama, was replaced by Jefferson, and Jefferson has started the last 3. Ron Brooks and Odell Beckham are deep, awaiting Zach Hawker's kickoff, as the Razorbacks have taken an early 7-0 lead. That's Brooks to the right. Here's Hawker. Boy, he has boomed this thing. This time it heads to the corner. Oh, perfect. Just does get inside the flag for a touchback. They have dominated here. Now the pass comes near side to Ruben Randall. And that is the first down for LSU in the ball game.
Well, Randall's matched up against Darius Winston to the bottom. One-on-one Randall, probably the top receiver in this league, making big plays. And if you talk to the LSU coaches, they'll tell you, we like our matchups at wide receiver against their corners. We felt last year we were too conservative. We want to get the ball deep against them this year.
There's the option right. Jefferson keeps. Helmet high tackle. And they are across the 50 for the first time. Brian Jones, number 54.
I asked Craig Stradrawa last night, how many options do you call in a game? And he says we like to call between 7 and 10, just to make sure that that defense knows we will run it.
Michael Ford on for the first time at running back. 1 second down. Here's Ford. Fumble! Picked off in midair. And here we go down the sideline. Alonzo Highsmith. Touchdown, Arkansas. That's only the 7th time this year that LSU has turned it over. Tremaine Thomas with the block.
Yes, he did. Tremaine Thomas, the senior safety, is the guy that you get credit for this touchdown. Highsmith is going to put it into the end zone, but Thomas, the safety, forced the ball and popped it into midair. And you know what? Jake Beckett was very lucky he didn't get called at the end of that for clipping.
The extra point is up and good, and Highsmith rumbles 47 yards with only the 4th LSU fumble of 2011.
Yeah, and this one was forced. There he is. Watch him read it quickly. LSU knew that these safeties attack. Watch him right on the football. It goes up, picked off in midair, and it's a trot into the end zone.
Michael Ford hit by Tremaine Thomas, picked off by Alonzo Highsmith Jr. CBS Sports coverage of the Home Depot SEC will continue after this word from your local station. Tremaine Thomas, the free safety, a senior for the Razorbacks. One of 17 seniors for this Razorback football team, with the big hit to force the fumble.
Remember earlier in the year, Willie Robinson had benched Tremaine Thomas, saying, I can demand more out of you. And he says, you know what? Tremaine wants me to make him a better football player, and he's accepting the coaching.
That was Willie Robinson, the defensive coordinator on the sideline. Shockingly now, 14-0.
Biggest deficit of the year for LSU.
Yes. They trailed Oregon for a bit. They trailed Alabama for a bit. Now, Odell Beckham returns it out across the 20. Michael Ford and Hilliard are the running backs, as Hilliard has moved up to the fullback position now. As we've said, he's interchangeable. Quick screen out to the right side. That's Odell Beckham.
Jefferson's pass.
Freshman.
Number 33.
Ross Rasner, number 35, made the tackle. Rasner, who graduated from Riker Catholic in Waco, a graduating class of 6. Pretty good chance of finishing in the top 10 there. Second down. 14-0. Will come the other way, Ruben Randall. And he is gang tackled as he gets to the 45-yard line.
Jefferson's pass.
Eric Bennett, number 14, made the stop.
Well, you can see what Greg Serdawa and Steve Craigthorpe, their two offensive coordinators, co-offensive coordinators, trying to rehabilitate Jefferson with a couple of easy short throws.
Jefferson. Oh. That one slides out and was almost picked off.
Yeah, he flipped
Trey
it under.
Flowers. Wow.
I know. Coming off the defensive end, I think it was Tenarius Wright from the right side of the screen. Puts pressure, gets inside the block that time, and you see just before Jefferson hits the ground, he tries to underhand it. Was it Trey Flowers?
Trey
86?
Flowers, yes.
In Wright's spot. Yeah, that's a young freshman doing that.
Second down, 15. Here comes the corner blitz, the option. They got around the corner. Michael Ford gets a downfield block, gets inside the 40. Jarvis Landry, freshman wide receiver, with the block.
The hardest thing to do when you're blitzing is to keep your assignments on the option. Watch the blitz come from the outside, but you have to remember who has the pitch. As Arkansas blitzes, they forget who's got the quarterback, who's got the pitch man, and that's why that option they like to run it about 7 to 10 times a game. It actually had an effect in the Alabama game, too.
Now Hilliard and Copeland are in. It's going to be Hilliard who works his way over right tackle for the first down. Inside the 35. So this is as far as LSU has taken the football. Midway through the second, they trail by 14. They got a touchdown catch from Jarius Wright, and they got a fumble return of 47 yards by Alonzo Highsmith. Both scores within 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Hilliard.
That was a nice run, wasn't it?
Well, his uncle Dalton Hilliard, one of the outstanding running backs a generation ago here at LSU. Jericho Nelson with the top tackle.
Jake Beckett does a good job of closing it down, but Hilliard sees it and just kind of jump cuts to the outside. Very successful play.
Second down. They need 3. 9th play of the drive. Blitz option. Fumble. Wow, sloppy.
See, remember the Alabama game in overtime when they ran that option into the boundary just like that to make a big play with Michael Ford? When the field goal would have won the game, everybody said, oh, that was a great call. I held my breath and went, oh my God. Every time you pitch the ball, something like that could have happened.
That was Hilliard, the freshman.
Yeah, one-on-one down here at the bottom on Ruben Randall again.
Yep. Jefferson rolling right, and trouble again. Stands up, throws it out of bounds. Whoa.
That's a big play right there. Jefferson was strong enough to shake that sack by Wright. That was a 10-yard save by Jefferson. Tanaris Wright comes back in the game. Watch him go through. He's got him. He's holding on to him. One more hit. Shakes loose and gets rid of the ball. Oh, that's a huge play. That ball would have been back by the 30-yard line. 2nd and 20.
Instead, 2nd down 10. Randall, right side. Shepard, left side. Haven't heard from him today. Little slant play inside. That's Randall. He gets to the 18-yard line. Tackle made by Isaac Madison. Third down. And let's check out the Verizon Red Zone stats for LSU for the season. 38 touchdowns, 51 trips inside the 20. Right now, huge play here in the first half. It's 3rd and 6. Randall again goes right. Shepard comes near side. Cadron Boone is also on the field. He is wide to the left, bottom of the screen.
Arkansas does not know where they're lined up. They're misaligned. Players running all over the field.
D'Angelo Peterson with a catch. And that is a first down. Well, whoa. Let's see where they spot this. I thought he had the first down. The spot is at the 10. It is a first down.
Miscommunication by Arkansas's defensive backs. Bobby's upset. He should be. Watch all this. One guy goes in motion. 3 guys don't know what to do. They can't get the call in the secondary. People go in the wrong direction. Gives them a first down.
Copeland and Hilliard in the backfield. Hilliard again at the tailback spot. He comes left, drives down near the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal.
You know, you always wonder. You're having this great year. Spencer Ware makes a mistake. You know, we were all young once. But when you're gone, it gives a chance for some other highly recruited player to go out there. And Mr. Hilliard has earned his carries.
Well, he really performed well in that the absence of Ware in the Auburn win. And he's performing well this afternoon. It's 2nd down and goal. They'll try it again. Here's Hilliard. Touchdown, Tigers. Drew Alemon will try the extra point. It is up, and it is good. 14 plays. 77 yards.
Running right over Chris Falk. Arkansas tries to run around some blocks. Robert Thomas did. Can't run around blocks when you're inside the 10-yard line. Hilliard sticks it into the end zone. Nice answer to that turnover touchdown by Arkansas.
14-play drive by LSU. Hilliard with a touchdown, and it's 14-7. Hilliard with a touchdown, his 6th of 2011. Took just under 7 minutes, cut the margin in half. As 1, LSU takes on 3, Arkansas. It's the first time 1 has played 3 in Tiger Stadium since that fabled LSU onside kick. Well, he pooched it. Not exactly onside, it's a pooch kick. And taking down at the 43-yard line. Special teams.
It's been a long time since we've seen this Tyler Wilson on the offense out there.
Wilson troubled, got him. Ron Brooks. Ron Brooks is having a great senior season. Returned an interception for a touchdown last week. His 2nd of the season. Gets the sack here.
Yeah, but it's the same mistake Wilson made last week when he fumbled the ball against Mississippi State. When you got the corner blitz and you don't have it picked up, just get rid of the ball. Now the crowd's into it.
Wilson has a man open. It's Joe Adams all the way out to the 50-yard line. Matthieu makes the tackle, but a gain of 20.
Joe Adams inside on Claiborne. Joe Adams knows Claiborne's a good player. He slips on the play, and Matthieu saves it, but third and medium. That's a tough matchup for anyone. Joe Adams, good as we got in college football.
Third down 4. 3 wides, all on this side. LSU looks like they might be coming. Delayed blitz across the middle, caught and dropped. Incomplete. Wright did not have possession when he was popped by Greg Lawson, number 6.
Yeah, he was matched up against Claiborne. He beat Claiborne, but Lawson came across to make the play. Inside watch, he beats. Ball's thrown, should catch it. That's a drop. That's the one thing Garrett McGee and Bobby Petrino said, we need our senior receivers to play up to their level.
Dylan Breeding on to punt. He's had 2 really effective punts inside the 10-yard line. And here's Matthieu back, and another effective one. Matthieu breaks a tackle, breaks another, gets a block. There are no flags and the race is on. And Matthieu goes 92 yards. Key block was thrown by number 23, Stephon Francois. And LSU can notch it with Aleman's extra point try. Honey Badger's back.
Yes. This punt was supposed to be a directional punt to the left side or top of the screen. Watch Arkansas's defenders. They're covering the punt all to the outside over here. Watch this. Breeding was supposed to kick it to the left. Everybody's on the left side of the field, but the ball gets kicked in the middle. That breaks down the coverage, and Matthieu does the rest himself.
He got one great block out of Francois.
And he was gone, but it was a bad directional punt and special teams. Could it be the difference?
3:24 to go before halftime. And Matthieu's 92-yard punt return has brought the smile back.
As we talked about in the open, so many different ways LSU can change the scoreboard.
Dennis Johnson and Marquell Wade are deep. Here's Hairston's kick. Dandy. Wow.
All right, when things went bad for LSU, they gathered and they made a drive. Now things have gone very bad for Arkansas. Get back to basics. Pass protect, run the ball, concentrate on the game. 14-14.
Greg Childs shakes the tackle. Up to the 40 and beyond. He's out of bounds at the 42 with a 14-yard gain.
Well, see, Harold Simon that time took a bad angle, but that's a result of not having Eric Reed. If Eric Reed is in the game at safety, you got Matthieu out there making that play.
Eric Reed out with a quad injury, his right thigh. First down and 10. 14 all. Here's Wilson. Finds Childs again. So all but forgotten for much of the season, the senior. Wilson was telling us, though, in that one of the earlier games, he saw Greg Childs blocking downfield, trying to contribute however he could.
LSU's defense have done one thing very well in this game. Last year, it was big plays. Touchdowns of 85, 80, and 39 yards. They're playing their safeties deeper and trying to keep it seems obvious, right? I mean, keep it a little shorter.
Right.
But it was big plays last year that really was the difference in the game.
Play clock being kept on the field. Draw play. Johnson skips out of a tackle. First down plus to the 39-yard line.
That didn't
Loose
hit
ball.
Yes. Was he down? He's called down.
Yes, at the 39-yard line. Well, so far, a pretty good answer now by the Razorbacks, as they were stunned after that 92-yard punt return.
Yep.
There's Johnson down, and it's a first down at the 39. Matthieu trying to rip the ball out here.
From that angle, you cannot tell if the ball came out before his rear end hit the ground or his elbow hit the ground.
This is just being reviewed. It was not a challenge.
Ooh, that one might be a turnover there.
After further review, the ball was out before the runner's knee was down. An immediate recovery by LSU. The ball will be placed at the 34-yard line. First down.
And that's the second big play by Matthieu. The punt return for a touchdown and the forced fumble right there. He seems to have ball skills that can't be taught.
And so Jefferson and the Tigers take over. 1:59 to go. 2 timeouts left in a 14-14 ball game. Blitz. Jefferson deep, man open. Cadron Boone, number 86. Out to the 50, perhaps the 49. Gain of 17.
We talked about Chris Folk run blocking, but he's got a tough matchup out here on Beckett. And he pushes him past the pocket to allow the completion. Good job by Folk.
No huddle on first down. Here's Jefferson this time inside. Oh, boy. Intended for Russell Shepard. Off his hands and floating in the air for a dangerous second or two. 95 seconds to go.
No mystery
halftime.
here for Willie Robinson's Arkansas's defense. When they go 3-man line, they do like to do the zone blitz and bring 5 people and play a zone behind it.
Shepard and Boone wide right. Ruben Randall bottom of the screen. Second down 10.
Same thing.
Yep.
Going to get 2 from the short side, and the guy here is going to bail.
Jefferson gets time, goes across the middle. Randall out of a tackle. Out of another. Down at the 30. Clock stops while they move the chain.
When you zone blitz, there's a lot of space out there, and you can get a lot of yards after catch.
Out of the spread on first down and 10. And again, this time Arkansas does not blitz. Jefferson has a man open. It's Randall. Down at the 9.
Jefferson's pass complete to Rube.
You got to give it to that offensive line for LSU. Wright and Beckett, Byron Jones, Robert Thomas, whoever they put up there cannot put pressure with a 4-man rush now.
1:04 to go. Inside. Russell Shepard, touchdown, Tigers.
Those turnovers come back to haunt you, don't they?
Shepard's first catch of the day. Huge. 9-yard touchdown. Alemán with the extra point. And the LSU Tigers, top ranked in the country, have come from 14 down and stormed back with a 7-point lead.
And remember, LSU gets the ball to start the second half.
And Tracy's with Arkansas coach Bobby Petrino.
Thank you, Coach. A huge momentum swing there with an already emotional and fragile group of yours. So how do you regroup?
We're not emotional and fragile. Our guys are doing a great job. We've stuck together many times this year. I love this football team. They're great players. We'll come back the second half and play with great effort.
We saw the success you had early in that first quarter. What do you need to do to continue that in the second half?
Well, we need to cover punts better and do a better job in 2-minute defense. Offensively, we're moving the ball. We can't turn it over.
Thanks a lot. Vern?
All right, Tracy, thank you. That's the end of the first half with our score 21-14 LSU. Let's go to Tim Brando in our New York studio. 21-14, and moments ago, Tracy with Les Miles.
Coach, what a turn of events in that first half. No panic whatsoever. What can you say about the character of your team?
They came to play. You know, there was never any doubt up down 14 that we were going to answer. Tyrann Matthieu's play obviously was the immediate answer. The drive that the offense puts on them next certainly was what we expected that we needed to do. And then, you know, the short drive for the score. I mean, it's a lot of time left to play.
We saw Jordan Jefferson struggle early there. What changed for him, though, in that second quarter?
Well, you know, I have to be honest with you. You know, uncharacteristically, we turn it over. Uncharacteristically, we have 5-yard penalties. You know, I got to get our feet on the ground.
Thanks a lot. Vern?
All right, Tracy, thank you. Jordan Jefferson went the distance in the first half. 12 of 16 for 126 yards, and not a factor running the football. LSU gets the ball as we open the second half. Morris Claiborne, who has a kickoff return for a touchdown earlier this year, is the deep man. Zach Hocker, number 18, will kick it off. And Claiborne does bring it out. Not very far. Nice downfield play. And LSU starts with the football. Really an explosive section of about 4.5.
In the last 3 years, Arkansas has won the fourth quarter. The question here is, can they get into the fourth quarter where they have an opportunity to make it a football game? They have to stay balanced. They have to stay unpredictable. But right now, they have to show that they can stop this running game and passing game, surprisingly, from Jordan Jefferson.
Now here's the handoff. And it goes to Spencer Ware.
That's more like a Spencer Ware run right there. We always use the term violent when we watch. Vicious type of runner. He needs to get that back.
Play action. Steps up, goes deep, has his tight end open and cannot make the catch. It's Chase Clement, number 88, who in recent weeks have become more and more involved in the passing game.
Well, that's where the ball should have gone. The matchup on the middle linebacker right down the middle of the field. These two safeties are going to go deep outside. Perfect read. Ball's thrown right where it needed to be thrown. And you see it all the time in the NFL game. Those big tight ends making those catches.
Pressure at the passer was Jake Beckett. The defensive job done by Jerry Franklin, the middle linebacker. And it's third down 10.
Jake Beckett has been quiet in this game, though. You know, he is a relentless pass rusher, and that means Chris Falk has done a good job on him all game.
And does so again. Here's Jefferson, pumps, goes deep for Randall. Randall has to wait for it, but he's got it. And he is popped and belted down at the 18-yard line. Fine play on both ends.
That's the rule. When the quarterback scrambles towards you, when you're the wide receiver to that side, you go long. Randall does exactly what he's supposed to do. When you see the quarterback come your way, go back and go deep. And Randall, watch, go past him, gets past the safety that time. Thomas, and again, Jordan Jefferson making the play. He's having one of those games.
James Stampley is in the fullback now, the senior one-time walk-on who got his first touchdown of his career in the last game at Ole Miss. Stampley misses on the block, but it's no matter as, was it intercepted?
It needed to be thrown away.
It's picked off. Tremaine Thomas at the 12-yard line.
I think Chase Clement kind of, Jordan Jefferson thought Clement was going to stay down and keep coming back to him, and Clement wanted to go long. A little miscommunication.
We'll take another look.
If this stands, it will be Jefferson's first interception of the season.
Looked like his knee was down before he landed out of bounds.
Thomas.
First interception of the year for Jordan Jefferson.
And only the fourth for LSU. So they unexpectedly have turned it over twice today. First down 10. Play action. Wilson. Chase lets it go deep in the middle. One hopper right in front of Brandon Taylor.
Now that was well defended. They were trying to hit the wheel route to the outside, and LSU said, Little play action pass with a bootleg, trying to get the slot back deep. And then at the end, Chris Gregg is the outlet, and Wilson can't get it.
Second down.
Kendrick Adams did a nice job there, taking on Gregg and getting into the quarterback.
Dennis Johnson out of the backfield to the right. Three receivers, bottom of the screen to the left. That's complete to Kobe Hamilton. And he's free down the sideline.
He's a speedster.
Wow! Farrell Simon had to cut him off, but he traveled a huge distance.
It's one of those bunch passes where everybody crisscrosses, and then the guy in the middle against the zone catches it. And Kobe Hamilton, who had 3 receptions last year for 164, including that 80-yard touchdown pass, gets a big one there.
He tight ropes the sideline. That is a gain of 66. 94 yards total first half, 60 on the last grab. And it's a first down. Arkansas at the 28-yard line, trailing by 7. Wilson goes deep. Is it caught? I believe it is. Yes, Chris Gregg.
Hand roughing the passer on top of it. Watch the middle linebacker come this time as the 4th passer. Not picked up at all. A total bust by Arkansas, and Wilson stands right in there and takes it. I'm telling you, football people, if you have a quarterback that knows that's coming and takes it in the chin like that.
Rolling on the field is a catch. Then we had a personal foul, roughing the passer, number 22. Contact above the shoulder, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Garrick McGee, the offensive coordinator last night, told us that Tyler Wilson has showed his teammates how to be tough. And the only way a quarterback can show how to be tough is to stand in there when he knows he's going to get hit. Well, that was pretty close to me. I have to be honest. It looked like his shoulder was there. It was close, but they're always going to side with that quarterback.
See the graphic. He's been knocked down 60 times. It's a first down. Roderick Green, number 29, gets the handoff. 9 minutes remaining third quarter. And here are the Verizon red zone stats for Arkansas. 34 touchdowns. About average. 53 times. 3 wide receivers come near side. Brandon Mitchell is in at quarterback. Brandon Mitchell, number 17, his first snap today, a one-time basketball recruit here at LSU.
He runs that pistol option stuff.
Second down, drops it, hit from behind, by Barkevius Mingo.
Boy, Tyler Wilson's got to be staring at his quarterback coach and head coach right now and saying, really, really? Should have been out to the left side. When you fumble the snap, no one's going to block that guy. It was a rollout or an option to the left. There he is. Says, okay, coach, I'll try to bail you out here.
Third down.
Will they blitz? Three-man line. No.
Nope. Into the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Kobe Hamilton.
Wilson's pass intended for Kobe Hamilton. The end zone, incomplete. Fourth down.
Slot right down the middle. Good coverage. Matthieu on one side. Safety. Taylor on the other side. That ball had to be high, caught high or nowhere.
And so that brings on Zach Hocker for the season, 17 of 23. Alan D'Apollonio will snap it. Brian Beener is the holder. This is from inside the 20. And the Razorbacks shave part of the lead. Wilson still arguing with Garrick McGee. He might have said stronger than really.
Well, I know quarterbacks have a tendency to yell at their coaches. It doesn't go over well, believe me.
Really? 21-17 now. The field goal set up by the 60-yard pass and catch from Kobe Hamilton. Now Zach Hocker to kick off. So the touchback will bring it out to the 20. Michael Ford is the running back now alongside Jordan Jefferson. Jefferson has gone the distance. We've not seen his fellow senior Jarrett Lee for one play from scrimmage today. Option pitch. That looked like overtime against Alabama, didn't it?
Yes, it's been effective all day. Jordan Jefferson has done more than just the option. Started out a little shaky. Arkansas got to him, but I think this face mask really kind of took the pressure off Jordan Jefferson and got him on that first touchdown drive. Since then, he's been good until that last interception on the last drive.
And LSU now with a 2nd down and 6.
I mean, LSU 6 turnovers all year, 2 today for 10 points.
Right side. Ford to the 30. That should move the chain.
Well, we talked about Tyrann Matthieu for LSU making plays. Tremaine Thomas has had a good football game for Arkansas. Remember, he forced the fumble early. Taking a blow on this series after that interception on the last series.
21-17, getting late in the 3rd quarter. Number 1 versus number 3. Michael Ford.
Oh boy.
Foot race. Knocked out of bounds inside the 10.
There's 2 second-level players that need to clean up this play for Arkansas. They both miss. Everybody squeezes down, but watch. Tenarius Wright substitute that time. Elton Ford is the guy that doesn't make the play. Now you wonder, I mean, Wright's having a pretty good game here. Squeeze down, the safety does not take the proper angle and just kind of slips. Watch it. Everybody squeezes for Arkansas. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. But this guy has to clean it up. Bad angle, gets caught inside, and that's the reason it takes a 3-yard gain into a huge gain.
A 49-yard effort and a 1st down and goal from the 6. Backs in the eye. Hilliard to the 5.
Kenny Hilliard carry.
I mean, you got Tremaine Thomas better be so gassed. There's got to be a reason. I mean, you give him a rest like that, that can cost you the game.
Back on the field now.
One bad angle, and all of a sudden, it's 1st and goal.
It's Stampley and Hilliard. Hilliard, the running back, behind Stampley. The toss, Hilliard at the 5, driven down at the 4. Jerry Franklin, the middle linebacker, filling the gap.
Yeah, really,
and making the stop.
Real interesting call here right now. If you're Greg Stradrawa, Les Miles, Steve Craigthorne, do you go option? Do you roll out and allow Jordan Jefferson the ability to run or throw? Remember, we scored that option touchdown against Tennessee. So many different options, different plays they could use. James Wright is the wide receiver to the left, top of the screen, out of the spread. Snap good. Here's Jefferson. Fires it. Incomplete. Intended for Ruben Randall.
Jefferson's pass intended for Ruben Randall. Incomplete. One down.
Right over the middle. Ball is thrown, and was actually Tremaine Thomas was the only guy that defended it, forced to throw a little wider on the play. And so LSU will try and counter the field goal just authored by. That's a big stop for Arkansas. Indeed. Here's for the season, Alemão, 14 of 16. This is from 21 yards out. And we're back to the 7-point margin with which we started the third quarter. 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the third. It's LSU 24-17. James Hairston will kick off. And that'll come out to the 20.
First down. 20-yard.
Well, Wilson will throw on first down. He's under pressure. He will not throw on first down. Sam Montgomery, the defensive end. That's his 8th sack of the year.
Yeah. Good job in the secondary that time. Play action pass. Really nowhere to go with the football. Sam Montgomery, there, look at that. Where would you throw the ball? I don't see anybody open. By the time he tries to go to the next one, big 99 comes inside to Tyler Wilson and forces the sack.
That's the 3rd sack of the afternoon, a loss of 8, second down and 18.
This is where Brooks makes his plays, right here.
And he comes. But the play is away from him. He still gets there, didn't he? In pursuit, Ron Brooks, and the tackle made at the 16-yard line.
Brooks. And kicking and goal.
It's that 3-man package that John Chavis loves with Ron Brooks in the game. He told us last night that he's an extremely gifted athlete, and he's learning the system more and more.
3rd and 13. Left side, caught by Johnson, hit by Baker, and then help arrives. It'll be 4th down.
This almost appeared that this ball was going to Johnson right from the get-go. I'm wondering if Tyler Wilson's neck is bothering him a little bit more than we think, because there was not even a look downfield.
Deep for the Tigers, number 7.
Here we go.
Tyrann Matthieu.
And on 4th down, Dylan Breeding, number 14, had a 70-yard punt earlier, but he also had one returned 92 yards by Tyrann Matthieu. This will bounce in front of Matthieu, hops right to it. And he takes it across the 50 to the 45.
He's so aggressive. Remember the first one of the game when he fielded on the 1-yard line? Then he has the punt return, and even there, that was a 20-yard difference.
We've reached the end of 3 with the score, LSU 24-17. We'll return right after this word from your local station. LSU with a first down at the 45-yard line. Jordan Jefferson has gone the distance in this ball game. Ruben Randall, bottom of the screen. Russell Shepard is in the slot. And on first down, the blitz coming from Arkansas. They keep it on the ground, and a nice run inside the 40 as we run the first play. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, impressions.
Well, LSU's 15 minutes away probably from playing for the national championship, okay? But both teams are good in the fourth quarter. Arkansas all year plus 74 points in the fourth quarter. LSU plus 70 points in the fourth quarter. So both of them feel very comfortable.
Second down and 4. Jefferson gives it off, and that ball is moved to the 35-yard line. Third down. On the ground. First down. Nice run.
Well, you just got to give it to this offensive line. Remember, just a year ago, they ran the ball 39 times against Arkansas for 100 yards. They're just running it right up the middle. That time they fouled Josh Williford. Just powering, and they're at 180 as we speak.
And Kenny Hilliard, the freshman, Dalton's nephew, has run it 17 times in the ball game. He's going to get another one to the 13-yard line. Tevin Mitchell with the tackle.
We talked about that rededication here at LSU to playing tough football first and running the ball downhill.
Now Hilliard will get a rest, and Spencer Ware, who relinquished this spot to Hilliard because of his suspension in that one game, tries to get it back.
And now you wonder if this Arkansas defense, because of the difference in plays, it's 60 to 42 plays now, and they're pounding. In the second half, 27 plays for LSU, just 11 in the second half for Arkansas.
Second down and 3 at the 7. Jefferson looks back. Spencer Ware is the running back.
They're going to run the ball. They're not going to risk a pass.
And Ware keeps churning and churns right on into the end zone. Looked like he was stopped at the 3. Not quite.
It's the same dive play they have been running all game. Wrap big number 74, Josh Williford around. I bet they've run this play 15 times in their 37 runs. The same play.
He got a pretty good shove, didn't he, from Chase Clement, number 88. Here's the extra point from Alemont.
Well, isn't it dive, wrap around, just run off the tight end? Clement gets a block and a push. Gets 2 pluses on that play.
LSU by 14. LSU, number 1 in the country, undefeated. Trying to stay that way.
Well, since it was 14-0, it's been 31-3.
Is taken by Marquell Wade, and the Razorbacks will get it at their own 20-yard line. That's Craig Lawson, number 6, who's the man.
At the snap, he was 25
yards. Yes, he was. They go deep right side. It's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne.
Tyler Wilson misread this. He thought he had bump and run, but it was called press bail. You show a press, but then you bail back and look for the fade. Watch the defender turn and run. See, he turns and runs before the defender turns and runs. Tyler Wilson did not see the coverage.
Morris Claiborne, many feel he's the best of the defensive backs, maybe in the conference. And he just got his 5th pick of the year. There's one of the 93,108, but I'm guessing he did not pay his way in. Just a thought. And Brandon Mitchell, Tyler Wilson chatting with offensive coordinator Garrett McGee. And with less than 11 to go, Michael Ford is the running back. Blitz.
Same play. Hand it off, wrap the guard around, same play.
Up the middle, across midfield.
This time they're going to run the play to the right. They've been running it to the left. Watch this guard. Blackwell wrap around. Usually it's 74. Just a little kick out on the outside right there.
Second down 8. Jefferson.
It's over.
Touchdown, Jefferson and LSU. He began the season suspended because of his involvement in a bar parking lot fight. Charged initially with a felony, it was reduced to a misdemeanor, and when it was, he was reinstated to the football team. He played behind Jarrett Lee until 3 games ago, and now the comeback appears complete for the senior, Jordan Jefferson.
Jefferson's eyes are going to go right here as he's faking the handoff. He watches the defensive end. Is he going to come down to the middle? Yes, he does. You go and run that play 15 times. On number 16, you keep it. And Russell Shepard got a block downfield to spring him.
38-17. It would appear LSU's heading to the SEC title game. 10:09 to go 4th quarter. Jordan Jefferson sitting next to James Wright. Ruben Randall celebrating on the sideline. 48-yard touchdown run. And it's 38-17 with 10:09 to go. That one 5 yards back. Kenny Hilliard with 18 carries, a career high of 86. Michael Ford 7 for 81. Jefferson now 7 for 53, and Spencer Ware. So they've had 178 yards rushing in this half. Ronnie Wingo, number 20. See the wristband?
Well, you know, all those voters can go shopping this weekend now because their votes aren't going to matter. Right. It'll be the last vote that we all talk about when they have to publicize exactly who they voted for and whether they're going to go for a rematch or not.
Wilson goes deep right side, tipped away, intended for Kobe Hamilton. Thorold Simon, number 21 and 24 rather, and Brandon Taylor were both there.
When you play that deep safety, and it is reminiscent of the way Florida used to play their safety very deep back in the day when they were winning those championships. Remember that, Florida fans?
Reggie Nelson. Yes. 3rd down, 11. Wilson, 11 of 19. Blitz. No, Mingo.
Yep. And we knew what was going to happen. if the game got out of whack and Arkansas became predictable, as if they were going to throw the ball in this LSU front 8, and I say 8 because they got 8 guys they play up there, knew it was coming, it would be lights out for Arkansas. They had to win 3 phases to even get to phase 4 for an opportunity to win, and they didn't do it.
That's the 4th sack, the 8th tackle for loss today, and the punting unit is on. This is Breeding, and Odell Beckham is back now. Number 33 is going to let it bounce, and it takes a little bit of an Arkansas hop. Comes to rest at the 39-yard line. 50-yard punt. Jordan Jefferson with a big game, leading this LSU Tiger team to a 38-17 senior day. And before the game began, here's the moment when Jefferson was introduced to this crowd of 93,000. Brought up with his mom and dad, his little brother. And how well has he responded today?
And I would not be surprised if he runs a play, they take him out so that he can be cheered by these fans one more time.
And if they do that, they will cheer Jared Lee as he comes on. Ware, right side.
Spencer Ware carrying across the 40, right side.
Tackle made by Jericho Nelson. Well, Les Miles obviously does not share our flair for the dramatic. He's going to leave him in there.
I don't know. I can kind of look at Jarrett Lee's body language down there. He thought he was going to go in.
I thought so too. He's down all by himself at the...
He was looking at Les. Les was looking at the clock.
Yep. Blitz. Jefferson. Caught. Randall.
Jefferson's pass complete.
First down. There's Jarrett Lee, 5th-year senior. His story has been well documented too. Had that horrific freshman year as a redshirt with 16 interceptions, 7 returned for TDs, and then took over after Jefferson's suspension this fall and played very, very, very well until he threw the back-to-back interceptions against Alabama.
Les is thinking style points here. He knows there's going to be a vote, and just in case he loses to Georgia, he wants to get this score as big as possible so that he still gets there even with a loss. That's what I think he's thinking. You know, with this victory against Arkansas, that means Les Miles will have a winning record against every team in the SEC except one. Georgia.
With Goss, Shepard. Well, Gary said at the beginning of the broadcast, you felt that Arkansas had to do 4 things effectively.
They only had a chance if they could do 4 things. 1, run the ball. They had 3 straight years over 100. No. Could they stop the run today, keep it 150, 140? No. Could they at least tie or not lose the special teams? No. And that means Tyler Wilson could not be Tyler Wilson.
3rd down. Right side again. Shepard goes up in the air. Well, I don't think there's any doubt that you assessed this thing correctly.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like Steve Spurrier said, like I read his quote, it's the system we have.
Yeah.
You know, I think it needs to be expanded badly. Badly. We need Commissioner Slive a year ago wanted to go to a +1. We've got basically 3 teams alive. At least if we had a +1, we'd have 15 teams alive. College football needs more.
Alamon with the field goal attempt from 37 yards. It's up and it is good. And it's 41-17 with 5:08 to go. LSU will face Georgia in Atlanta next week.
Listen, you never know for sure. But it looked like Petrino was pointing over to Les and saying, and Bobby's a very competitive guy. You could tell by the way he answered Tracy at the half.
Right,
And he was pointing over like, well, great. But you know what, Bobby? You got a chance to win a national championship, and because all this crazy voting goes on, you cannot blame Les Miles for doing it. Until they change the system, that's what you're going to get.
Markel Wade. Well, in the meantime, of course, there's an Alabama-Auburn game tomorrow. If Alabama were to prevail in that one, it would have an interesting outcome, would it not? I mean, the ramifications.
Prior to that game, I asked both Les and Nick. I said, are you willing to, like, say, hey, best man wins and no rematch? And they both said no. The LSU fan base believes there's only one team in the country that can beat us, Alabama. And they may have to play them again.
LSU's reward for winning this is a spot in the SEC Championship game against a very good Georgia team. There's a fumble picked off by Matthieu. Boy, does he know how to do that well. Tyrann Matthieu looks for blocking help.
Tyrann Matthieu,
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear the announcer, it's like we're watching a show here.
Don Bornay is the public address announcer. The Honey Badger.
He rips it and he catches it.
He was on the endangered species list for about a month, but he takes what he wants. And Jarrett Lee is in at quarterback.
across the 20-yard line.
Well, how has LSU fared in the SEC Championship game? They beat Tennessee in 01. They beat Georgia in 03.
At the 18.
And they lost to Georgia last time they met in 05.
And just as a note for LSU fans, the first time in their history, their rich history, they've gone undefeated 8-0 in the SEC.
This, as we pointed out at the very beginning, is the first time number 1 has met number 3 in Tiger Stadium, believe it or not, since 1959. There's the victory formation. That was the classic LSU victory over Ole Miss. Billy Cannon's 89-yard punt return. And this one is in the books. Jordan Jefferson, Les Miles, Michael Bonnet, Associate Athletic Director for Media Relations, alongside. That is a brief handshake offered by Bobby Petrino.
Right. Well, they'll play again, right? Next year. Sign me up for that one right now, okay?
And let's go down live to Tracy, who's with Les Miles.
Coach, congratulations. You defeat the number 3 team in the country, remain undefeated.
The first time we played a number 3 team, too.
And you secure a place in the SEC Championship, and your hopes are alive still for the National Championship. What can you say about this team's performance, not only all year, but especially tonight?
This team has it. They come to these games to make big-time plays. The opportunity to do that is something they take very seriously. They're committed to this team. Down 14, they never flinched.
Was there a thought at all about style points for you?
No, not at all. We were just trying to figure out when we should take a knee.
How about Jordan Jefferson and just the turnaround he's made this season to lead your team and the performance he had tonight?
He has come. You know, it's just been a growing season for him, certainly. We've enjoyed his leadership, and he's the kind of guy that will play best in the next 2 games.
Congratulations. We'll see you in Atlanta.
I promise.
How about that? The next 2 games.
41-17 for Gary Danielson and Tracy Wolfson. Vern Lundquist saying so long from Baton Rouge. LSU wins it big. We'll see you tomorrow from Auburn. The Jeep postgame show is up next after these messages and a word from your local stations.